Hello people of the internet. In the last episode of this series we implemented this pull request to make to nicely report the Fedora review results to users. I think if we scroll down in this pull request we can find some example of that. So probably this one. Yeah. When I say nicely, I mean, yeah, really nicely. So this is what we did. Basically, when the Fedora review produces results, then it generates this results, or rather review JSON, which contains information about the tests that it ran, the checks, and we can see one issue here. And then we created this face which renders it in the UI. All the Fedora review results, like the review txt and license check, that one is important. Everything is downloadable, and yeah, so this is something that we did. The UI is really ugly, but it's it looks very similar to what other testing farm jobs do. Testing farm tests, plans, whatever is the right term. Whatever other plans do, it is very similar to that. So this is not uniquely bad looking. Yeah, so today we are going to continue on this project, and what I want to do is skipping some checks. So for example, if you take a look at this one that failed, package does not use a name that already exists, right? So maybe I should reiterate what we are trying to achieve with this whole project. So basically we have a Fedora review tool that is being ran for every package that wants to be in Fedora, right? So one of the tests it has is the new package that wants to be in Fedora cannot have the same name that some package already in Fedora has, because there would be a name conflict, right? That makes complete sense. But what we are trying to do here in this project is abuse Fedora review tool a little and use it not only for the initial package review, but basically for every change in every existing package. That means some checks are not applicable, like this one, right? Package does not use name that already exists. Like, we are running the check on a package that is already in Fedora, so this doesn't qualify. So we need to implement some way of skipping checks. I'm not sure how many will we skip, but what I'm thinking is we definitely need to skip some, like this one, but we need to give users the option to skip whatever tests they want. And we need to do that because some packages have exceptions that they don't need to, they are not required to comply with all of the checks. They have exceptions granted by, I don't know, FESCO or something. So some packages don't have to comply with all the checks, and we don't want to annoy them with failures in something that they actually don't care about and know they would fail, right? So we need to implement some way of skipping checks, user-defined way. I think it could be in the pachyDYAML, but we will get to it, right? Let's start with the easy one, which would be like skipping the name conflict, hard coded. So let's get to it. If we go to git tmt plans, we are still on our last feature branch. Let's check out main and pull rebase. Cool. Now let's find our project. tmt plans Fedora review. And this is our script. On the left side, right? On the right side, we have still some code from Copper. Doesn't really matter here. We can find the viewer there, so that we have some interesting code to look at here, right? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. We don't need it yet. So on the left side, I don't really remember how the code looked like. So we had some main function, right? And we run the Fedora review. Then we count the issues. And then we dump the results from the issues. This is a workaround to get some stuff working. No, this is just to copy the results. This is the workaround. Yeah, that's fine. So somewhere in dump results, count issues, and here will be the interesting stuff for us. Right, so I think if we go to Fedora review, we have this command. We are running the command, sure, and then we figure out where are the results, the review JSON. So to remind you, this file that contains all the results. So we figure out the path to it, print it, and then we load it. Okay. So the Fedora review call returns a dictionary which is this parsed. Okay, that's cool. Count issues. Okay, let's take a look at count issues. Sure, we get the issues dictionary from that, or the issues list rather. If there are none, we get empty list and we count that. That's it. So basically we take this list and count it. Okay. Now we definitely need to do the filtering here, right? And then we do dump results, and I think that's TMT related, not Fedora review related. So basically the only place I think is here when we need to do the filtering. And if we found issues, then we sysexit one. That's okay. So yeah, basically here we need to do the filtering, right? And when we implemented this, I already was, like several weeks ago, I already was saying we have a problem because we need to filter the stuff here, and we need to also filter the stuff at one additional place in a different language, so we cannot share the code, but we have this JavaScript code. I don't know where is the relevant part, maybe get review issues. Yeah, report issues. Yeah, so basically we need to filter the issues also here, which sucks. So we have few options here. We can implement the same code here and here. We could also modify this file, this JSON file, right? So we could modify it, or we could dump another one and modify that one, or no, take that last back. There is no need for that. We could dump a file with only the data we are interested in. So that would be something like we could dump JSON, I mean issues.json, for example, and it would be only that one list. So the JavaScript file would basically parse only a not this one, not this whole file. It would parse another simpler file with already filtered issues. And I kind of think that is the one we are going to go with. I'm not sure, because then like now we can easily filter. We can easily print this, for example. And we could improve this to write additional nodes, like 100 passed checks and 3 skipped or something like that. But when we stop parsing this whole file and parse only something smaller, then we kind of lose that and would have to put more information into that file. So we will, I don't know at what point we start re-implementing this whole thing. So I don't really know how to deal with the presentation. You know what? We will implement the skipping on the Python side. We will see how complicated the code is. If it is 10 lines of code, we can have the code on 2 places, right? If it is 100 lines of code, which probably won't be, then it's not worth it. So yeah, let's see how complicated the code is. If it is really simple, let's duplicate it on 2 places. Yeah, so I think that's a reasonable idea, right? So let's start somehow doing it. So we will definitely have, I know, skip, and it will be a list of IDs that we want to skip, right? So it will be this and we will definitely put some explanation for every line, every check that we want to skip. So it is clear why we are skipping those. So to do why, we will do that later. Now that's fine. We could do also something like issues equals x for x in issues if x, and now I don't know what is the name of the field, something in, not in, skip, right? So something like this will be the thing that we want to do. Now the ID. We can figure out the ID probably from the presentation logic. So we have issue text, so issue name, we should have something like issue name. Right? The thing is, I don't really remember how we wrote the code. I think we couldn't use debugger, so we need to basically somehow live without it. So like this is not very pretty, but I mean, it's good enough and it works. So let's try to run this locally, right? And I think we should maybe run it before our change to see it actually fails, and then you know what I mean, and then check our code actually does what we think it does. So we are running it locally using TMT. Now, what are all the I don't know what actually we want to, what is all the things that we want to skip actually. So let's start with just this one. We don't need more. Once we figure out how to skip this one statically, then we need to figure out how to read the user defined skips. So we need to read it from there is packet YAML. This is running so okay, cool. We can take a look at that. It's somewhere in this, and there is, I don't know, data. No. Let's do run. I know that it was somewhere in this directory. Okay, so maybe here, log.txt. Okay, we got a traceback. This is one of the things I want to actually fix. And since we just got a reproducer, we might as well fix it right now. So let's postpone our skipping idea. Let's fix this issue, this traceback, and then continue working on our skipping code. So what happened here is, by the way, I know I usually don't get nerd sniped to skip it, to fixing some traceback that I see along the line, or some issue that I see along the line while trying to achieve something. But this time I'm knowingly doing this. I wanted to fix this issue today as well, so we may as well. So this command failed. Why? Can we? So there should be something like running, yeah, this one. What happens? Okay. I cannot easily reproduce this on my, cannot find source RPM. This is the error. And we get a traceback because of what? because we have the check true. That's why we get the trace back. And if we didn't do that, we would get what? Running here. So it prints stuff. Yeah, okay, so what if we do this instead of check true, and then we I think subprocess run returns what it returns. Yeah, this doesn't work. Cool. Subprocess run what does it return? Am I blind? Or then return complete process. Okay, so we can do something like proc, and if proc return code, then we can actually, thinking about it, we would basically raise an exception here, right? Because we don't want to sys exit in this. So instead we are probably just going to catch the exception at the same place where we are catching our runtime exceptions. So what this is this exception. Do we have, yeah, we have subprocess imported. So wherever we accept this, we will also catch this error. Oh, I mean, we need the whole subprocess. I forgot we imported it that way. Subprocess, right? So I think this will print the exception in a nice way, hopefully. Let's try to run this again and see. Okay, while this is running, I'm going to hunt for the packet YAML. So we will go to the Fedora dist-git and RPMs, and for example, like the hello package is here, right? And has some files, and I think some packages have packet YAML here. So what if we try the packet package? It may be a good chance it has packet YAML. Yeah. Right. Many packages have packet YAML, not only packet, but I thought maybe we could try here. So this is how the packet YAML looks like, and it has some configuration. Right. And I was thinking, maybe this could be extended and we could put something like Fedora review skip and then a list or something like that. So that the users don't have to like create or know about some other file, right? So this finished, cool. Let's take a look. This is in 3, right? Command or running rather. So we are running this. So we can see cannot find, JSON doesn't exist, this, so I think like this is good enough, right? It's a bit weird that we see the error here before the actual command, and I think the error comes from the command, but yeah, I think this is kind of reasonable, at least. Let's take a look at, it said something like appending to whatever file. Append to file. Okay, we can take a look here. Yeah. I don't understand the order of stuff, but I think that's fine. Could we like we could you know what, we could do something else. We could do where is my run Fedora review? Run Fedora function Fedora review, this one. Yeah. Oh wait, blame. Yeah, that was the check equals true, right? Check equals true. Yeah, that's one important piece to that. One more thing. Cloud TMT plans. Can I run TMT in a way that it doesn't always change my directory? It's annoying to increment every time and looking for the right directory. I would rather it to be the same every time and the previous result was destroyed. Use ID. Okay, we will try that. What is the difference between this and this? Oh, right. Okay, so we are going to try that one, and we will do I don't know, Frostix, doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's do that. Unknown option ID, well, LOL, and okay, it can be under run. Okay, maybe I did something stupid just. We wanted this, dash ID, like this. Yeah, okay, cool, it works, nice. This will make our life a bit easier. So yeah, parsing this one. We will probably need to take a look if this repository, oh, we forgot, I'm jumping ahead too much. We still didn't validate our skip, our static skip. So that's because we are trying this on an old Koji task ID which don't have the results because it's too old, it was removed, Koji, and therefore we cannot download the stuff. We need some new task. Recent tasks, let's open, how can I open? Yeah, I probably can open a task like this. So what kind of task was this? So this was something that because there are many kinds of tasks in Koji and it always confuses me. But we see the build arch button. Okay, so it seems like it's the basically parent task for something. Let's go to package.dev dashboard. Let's find out a new Koji task processed by package. So jobs, downstream Koji builds. Yeah, so we have some Python package here, submitted some time ago, and this is some task. And I think this is the same kind of task, right? It has the same kind of descendants that the previous one. So maybe we can try this one. By the way, so this is the task ID we are going to debug on, but now this one finished and we want to check our, you know what, we want to check our error handling. So running, it looks kind of the same, right? It's weird, I expected something more there. Let me do one more experiment, what I wanted to do actually. So here, if we go back to check equals false and our proc and our if procs return code, then raise, but we will raise runtime exception instead, runtime error. It will be the Fedora review command failed. And now we will run this again. I think it will look better now. So is there a problem that... Yeah, that's the problem with the ID probably. Can I say the directory should be automatically cleaned up. Sure. Help. Name. Filter. I don't even see the ID here. Are you kidding me? Okay, so what if we basically do this and then run it ourselves? This would still be better than, yeah, this is still better than incrementing the stuff, because I can quickly do rm and then run the command, but incrementing is annoying. Okay, so this is running. This is hopefully our last check of the error handling. Let me check my calendar, because I know there is some meeting somewhere. Okay, we have time until 12:30, so we have 30 minutes exactly. 28 minutes. Should be quite fast, right? Because it fails, yeah. So we can open the log. Yeah. See? It doesn't make any sense. It is in incorrect order. Right? We could probably pipe the stuff. We could probably do something like subprocess pipe. We could pipe the out into it, and we could probably pipe the error into the subprocess pipe. Wait, running. No, that won't help. That won't help actually. We could do this. That would put those outputs into a variable inside of this. So then we could basically print proc the out and proc the error, like this, for example. We could try that, but it will not actually help us, because like, no, I don't understand how this can be below whatever is this in the log. I don't get it. But it's not such a problem, I think. But let's take a look how this looks like, but we will revert back to our previous version. Okay, now it will be almost done. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look. So okay, actually, like for some reason it's binary, but still the Fedora review command failed is here, and then this, it doesn't really make sense, does it? But it's a bit better now. So should we do like I never know if it has encode or decode. Decode, I think decode UTF-8, and the same here. Or encode. Let's do encode. I don't know. I never remember. No. So once again, in the meantime, can we find a task for a packet package, this one, so that we have this packet YAML maybe somehow available? Let's try. We will take, this is not useful anymore, this is also useful. Artifacts, I can drop this. Okay, so let's go to Koji and let's search for packet. This will find, okay, packages, cool. So this is kind of recent. It maybe will not be removed yet. Let's try this is a bit older, but let's try the Fedora 43 one. And this is what? This is build info. So this is not useful for us. We need task. Can we task here? So if we switch to this, we have task ID for packet. Yeah. And looks like the correct kind of task. Cool. So we'll try that one. What about this? Running. Now we have trace back. Sure. So we were correct. Decode. And RM. This actually. So one more test. I never remember if bytes have decode or encode and strings has decode or encode. And it's a bit unfortunate that proc std out, like my LSP shows me both decode and encode here. And by the way, I don't know why it appeared on such a weird place, doesn't really matter. But it shows me both, so I cannot use it to distinguish that. We would have to open a debugger or something like that, and yeah. So hopefully this should be done soon. Okay, let's take a look. Running. Okay, so failed. I don't know why it is up. Yeah, it is because, I don't know. This is from the exception, so this is error handled somewhere else and then printed first for some reason, but then it looks kind of fine, right? Running the command, and then we have the info and error. So yeah, I think this is good. Let's keep it this exact way, even though the code is not perfect. Let's keep it this way. It's kind of good. We can drop the handling here because we are not raising the exception anymore, the subprocess exception. Pipe is here, so let's just make it a little bit more readable, like this, right? Okay, we are done with this this thing. Let's remove the stuff, and we are now finally going to try the packet task, this one, and we are hoping this will work and this will run the whole Fedora review and stuff, and we kind of hope in the results there will be the packet JSON, I mean packet YAML file, even that it would be in the results, or even better, that it would be already somehow parsed by something, which is nonsense. It won't be. This is, the whole script is our custom code. It won't be. The best thing we can hope for is some other script parsing that file. So for example, the RPM inspect one. Let's go to, this will take a while. We need another container. So not container, another terminal. So we can use this one. Let's go to git tmt plans. Let's do git grep packet. Inspect the upstream packet projects. When initiator packet. So maybe not. Maybe it will not be available. Like maybe nobody else uses it, but it. Oops, that was faster than I wanted, so I don't expect anything. Yeah, okay, this sucks. Let's try the bit newer one, this one. Hopefully the 2 days difference there, or 3 days or whatever, will make a difference. Let's try this rm, and again this command. Let's run it. So we are basically doing here, somewhere we need to do rpm build b. Do we do rpm build bs somewhere or not? We have dist-git prepare this script. This script, we use this script. We didn't write it. It was written. It is in. It is symlink to something from rpm inspect or something like that. But it basically downloads some stuff from Koji and then it does. I think. Yeah, it clones the dist-git repository, this one, right? So somewhere here should be, so this, yeah, find the spec files to lint. So basically in this dist-git path, it searches for spec files. So if we take a look here, spec files for this one. So right next to this, right in this directory, there should also be package YAML for some packages, right? So what is it's dist-git path. Okay, we don't return it or anything like that, but I think we are using this in our path somehow. Spec file, args spec file, args work dir. Yeah, so I think this is the name of the spec file, the name of the package basically, and the work dir where the stuff is cloned. So I think simply in work dir we should have the package YAML for some packages. So let's do this. We cannot do it in count issues just yet. Let's do it here, right? Let's do packet YAML path would be something like os path join args work there and packet.yaml. Let's say, yeah, it's YAML, not email. Huh? So let's do this, and let's do if os path exists, the packet YAML path, then let's do just simple print, and let's do just foo, right? And else let's do just print bar, right? So, and if it exists, we can even try to parse it. So we have our YAML here for reading for dumping YAML, so we will probably use the exact same thing for reading it. So it would be something like with open the packet YAML path. By the way, I know there is a race condition. We shouldn't do if exists and then open. We should try to open and fail, right? I know. So I'm just trying whatever works, and then we will refactor. With open this one, read only as file pointer. And then we will do YAML read. No. Load, I think. Load. yeah, YAML load fp, and this will be packet YAML, right? And then we will print the whole packet YAML. So this is our experiment. Let's open the log from previous run. I think the failed doesn't necessarily mean it failed. It means that maybe some check in it failed. Let's search for, running. Yeah. See, it successfully ran. It successfully ran. Okay, cool. Right. So we can work with that. We can probably find the logdir there, the workdir there somehow, somewhere. Data maybe. Data packet spec. Review packet. Okay, this doesn't look so good. Can we find in this directory a file that is named packet.yaml? No. Oh, that's sad. So let's open the dist-git prepare. So somewhere, do they somehow use the workdir? This is RP. So it sets an environment variable on the workdir with the RPM. Okay. We needed a YAML from that. This creates env file. The prepare dist-git script creates some env file. What are all the possible variables that can be there? Stupid question. Anything can be there, but looking at the script, path to RPM lint, C RPM lint, spec file. What if the RPM files are then copied somewhere else, or no, they stay? Why is not packet YAML there if it was part of the Git repository that is being cloned in the script? You're right, only looks for specific files, sure. Doesn't look for packet. If there is this git containing the packet configure, it would be ignored. Yeah, I want it to be present in the work there. Just copy it. I don't. Okay, let it add it there. We'll see if it is nonsense or not. Let me show. Yeah, sure. Sure, yes. Okay, we can try to run it again. And hope for the best. Let me show the script that what it did exactly. Yeah. So somewhere here it copied it. The thing is, nothing in this script copies, so this is not what we want, definitely. But it could be like a good prototype for our original pull request, and then we could figure out with the reviewers, probably Christian, we could probably figure out what to do instead of this. But it could be a good way to try if our code actually could work or not. So we have 3 minutes left. Oh geez, I hope we will at least see the YAML. So we are running this with our modified code. So we are kind of hoping the packet YAML will be in the results, in the work there. And then we are hoping to see foo and then open the file and then load the contents and then print the parsed YAML as a dictionary, basically. But it is entirely possible we will see the bar and we will cut the video because I have to go. That would be so anticlimactic. So what are your bets, gentlemen? I kind of think it will work. It's just not the optimal way of copying the data to the work there, which would need to be changed in the future, but I think it will work. So yeah, the Fedora review tool is not the fastest, and also we needed to spawn a whole VM to run the tests in. So yeah, it is not the fastest. But yeah, we are still working on not even 1.0 version of this thing. So the speed is not really a factor that would be relevant to us. Oh shit, I am already late to the meeting. Come on, come on, come on. We at least want to see how it ended up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me... Okay, it finished. Let's take, not here, let's take a look at the log. Running. Can we see foo? We see bar. So it failed. Okay, anyway, thank you all for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.